This is One-on-One with Jasper Cole, Hollywood's bad guy, and so much more. Actor, talent manager, producer, and more. Now he's sitting down with today's top newsmakers from entertainment, politics, pop culture, and beyond. This is One-on-One with Jasper Cole.
Woohoo! All right. Howdy, everyone, and welcome to another edition of One-on-One with Jasper Cole. This is your host, Mr. Jasper Cole, and we are once again live at Temple Bay Studios in Hollywood, California, and this shows we are doing these right now, right after the new year. So I hope everyone had a great holiday. Of course, you could be listening to this a year from now and be like, bitch, what year is this? But anyway, we're back. We're excited. I'm really excited because I want you guys to follow us on social media at Jasper Cole Says, SAYS on Twitter and on Instagram, and then Facebook, Jasper Cole. Also, there's a link to the show on my website, jaspercole.com. But beyond all of that, I'm so excited because welcoming back to the show is she and her son Cameron were here last month, but it's Kim Tavares.
Hey.
Hey, gorgeous.
How are you?
So Kim's going to be co-hosting a lot periodically whenever she's available because she may not. Her career is soaring after her appearance on here.
Well, after this.
Can I take credit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
But Kim has some great news because tell everyone you have a new gig.
Well, it's a gig doing warm up for a new Netflix sitcom called Family Reunion.
The good old full camera.
Full camera, the old school, with starring Loretta Devine. Love her. Oh, my favorite is Waiting to Exhale.
Oh, my
when
God.
she walked away from Gregory Hines and was like, please don't let him be looking. He's looking.
Oh, my God.
I love her. She's absolutely fabulous. Great. And Tia Mowry. Yeah. So, I'm excited. So I'm just doing 2 shows right now, and then we'll see how it goes. I think they picked up 20 episodes.
That's amazing.
So I think this is like I'm 8 or 9 night show.
So amazing.
Yeah. So
and you know the creator, you know the showrunner.
Meg, she's my sorority sister.
Right.
And what's great is that, I'm a Delta.
Yes.
Delta Sigma Theta. And what's great is
Kim has a college degree.
I know I didn't finish.
You didn't finish?
I had 15 credits left.
Oh.
Yeah, so I never got my degree.
That's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have used it anyway.
They didn't kick you out of the sorority?
I'm a comedian and an actress. Like I didn't have
But you can still be a Delta if you didn't get a degree?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, so Meg, sorry.
So Meg, who is my sorority sister, I had got invited to her party, a party of hers years ago, a few of her barbecues. She would have barbecues. And a mutual friend of ours would invite me, who's also a Delta. So she remembered that I did comedy, and when she decided to do this show, or when she got this show, she reached out to Leah to say, I'd like Kim to do warm up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and so this is a perfect segue because today, really, I have wanted Kim to be on my last show over at Sunset Hour, but she was too busy. But I wanted our audience, I wanted this to be about you and your life and your career and your journey, because I've always felt that, from the time I met you, I felt like we had past lives or something.
I know. We were just close day one,
we have
right?
a lot. We're very similar in many ways.
Yes.
But I wanted everyone to know your journey. So you're from Rhode Island, right?
Mm-hmm. East Providence.
East Providence.
Well, I was born in Massachusetts.
Right. And you're how many siblings?
3 siblings.
Right.
2.
Robin,
I'm
2.
sorry. Well, there's more, but they're half, and you don't get into all that.
You don't get into that.
I have my sister Robin and my brother Bobby.
Right.
So there's 3 of us, and I grew up in East Providence, and then I went to college, Baltimore, Maryland, at Morgan State University, which is an I always get this wrong.
Historically Black College.
Yes,
HBC?
Yeah, HBC.
Something like that.
HBCU, something like that. I always say it wrong.
LGBTQ,
Yeah, whatever the fuck. Anyway, I went and I pledged Delta, and then I decided in my senior year, I was like, I'm going to act. I shouldn't have a plan B. So I just moved to California, and then...
No, I had acting. Were you majoring in theater?
I was minoring in theater, majoring in communications.
Okay.
Yeah. And the funny thing is that the only credits I had left to get my degree were like English, the whatever,
The basic,
math,
the ones you had skipped over in the beginning.
Yeah. And because a friend of mine, and for one semester I worked in I can't remember. It was an office where you could manipulate grades, kind of. So I was able to keep on putting those off because they don't usually let you. So I really
usually
technically
you have to, that's like the freshman requirement.
Yeah, like the first 2 years, so they can get your money because they're like, bitch, it's only going to take us 2 years to teach you what you need.
But isn't the math like the geometry and
stupid shit,
algebra, which I barely
chemistry,
passed
all
in
that dumb shit,
high school.
Yeah, science and dumb stuff that you don't need. Humanities.
Yeah. So you had been interested in acting growing up, right?
All my life.
And was it acting?
Acting.
Not the comedy?
No, just acting.
Yeah.
But I was always funny.
Funny. You were
funny actress.
Innately funny.
Like I loved Gilda Radner.
Oh.
I just
Did you see her new thing? I Love Gilda.
She was just
she had a lot of tragedy. I mean, a lot of issues too, right?
Yep. She did.
We just didn't have her trust fund.
Yeah, exactly. Did she have a trust? Yeah, her
you
father had money.
They kind of
her
slipped
father
that in.
was
A big thing in Detroit.
Yeah,
right?
he was a big
they kind of slipped it in.
Hotels or something.
It was
and they slipped it in, and it was like, okay, well, this makes everything different.
Right. Whenever I hear that,
because it's like, bitch, do you understand that I worked 4 jobs in Westward, and just never could pay, and still to this day, I'm still struggling.
I mean, it doesn't take away from her talent, but
no,
it does.
Listen, if somebody dropped a fucking $1 million on me, let me tell you something, honey, I would turn that shit into fucking what Jesus did with the fish. There would be.
The journey would have been a lot easier.
Yeah,
but they did kind of slip that in, and I was like, oh, well, of course she could just like go to Canada, go to New York,
and she was in a private girls' school, and my high school sucked.
Please. Anyway, but Gilda Radner. Did you like Carol Burnett or
Carol Burnett loved and Lily Tomlin? Those are my 3. Because, there weren't really any black female. Mom's Mabley was funny, but, she was inappropriate for me when I was young. There weren't many black anything.
No.
But I didn't care. Like, because when you really know that God put something in your heart, God doesn't see color or race or, ethnicity. Yeah, ethnicity.
Now, you always identified African American growing up, right? Because you're mixed.
Well, my family is Cape Verdean, which my family comes from the Cape Verde Islands, which is
a beautiful area.
It's in Africa, in the western, I believe. I don't know. I believe it's western. I should really do more due diligence on where I'm from.
Unless they're paying you, why would you bother?
Exactly.
But
But anyway, so
it's
Portuguese. It's basically Portuguese and African is what it started out as, and then it maybe there's some Puerto Ricans thrown in and some Indian and some whatever. But it's black.
But you identified black growing up, because you definitely. It can be Hispanic, you have a real Latino sort of look also.
This white guy that worked with me, he was racist, but he didn't. But he liked me because racist people like me. So he would go, "Oh, I don't care what you say. You're not black. You're not black. You look dark Italian, and I'm sticking with that."
Yeah, it made him feel better.
You don't look black, and I'm like, "You don't look racist because you're not wearing your hood."
Right,
but now, there you are.
Now he could.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a different time.
I know. Now he could sport that.
Now
puppy.
he could. Mm-hmm. But okay, so those were you like the comedic actresses, and they play characters,
and they play characters, which
they weren't stand up.
No, they did characters, which is what I loved. Like Gilda, I used to love that character where she was like, she would hear something wrong, like he would go, "So, what do you think about this election?"
Oh, the old playing the lady.
The election shouldn't last more than 8 to 9 minutes, and then she goes on, and Joan's like, "No, we said election." She goes, "Oh, never mind." Bitch.
And then she moved on, bitch.
Yeah. She was the first one to say "bit" because I used to always swear as a kid. and laugh about it with my mother and joke with all the adults so I could get to swear.
And get attention.
And get attention.
And make people
Because
laugh.
I was a middle child, and let me tell you, I had no attention. So I did everything for
Oh,
attention.
I didn't realize you're the middle child.
I was the middle. My sister was the first, and
Okay.
she was born out of wedlock, so she was like the favorite because my mother and father didn't get together until she was almost a year, so she lived with all the aunts and uncles. And then, my mother and father got together, and they hated my father because he took my mom and Robin away. And then I was born, so they knew they weren't coming back, so they hated me for that probably.
No, you and Robin have a different father.
We all have the same father.
Same father.
Yeah.
Got
and
it.
then my brother was the baby boy.
Oh.
So we're,
I was the baby, yeah.
Yeah, so I was the nothing.
So you had to fight for attention. But you're sort of the only performer. Well, Robin's a singer.
Singer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's interesting. So
Yeah.
when you just up and decided you didn't think about going to New York. You wanted to come to California.
Yeah, well, my sister lived here too, and I had been to California my freshman year, and had been when I was a little girl, and I always knew I wanted to live here.
I felt that way about
I
California
always did.
too.
Yeah. So I came out here.
What
and
year
then
was that?
1983.
Oh, you were here 4 years before I was. Oh, wow.
And my roommate, I came out here with my best friend Tammy, and she started dancing on Soul Train. She was the Soul Train queen.
I would know her if I saw her.
You would totally know her. She was beautiful, and we had the best time. And we got an apartment together, and just had.
Where was your apartment?
It was on Overland and Palms.
Oh,
by motor.
Like Mar
Like
Vista.
Culver
That was
City,
called
Mar Vista,
now
yes.
that area you can't get anything for like
We had a
$1 million.
2-bedroom, 1 bathroom for $650 with a pool.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And I
but
struggled
that
to
seemed
pay
expensive.
It
Even
was.
Then. Yes.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
And then I took acting at Estelle Harmon.
Stella Harmon.
On La Brea. So I was
Yes.
in acting class, working 2 jobs, waitressing. And I wasn't getting anywhere because they were really, remember Troy Bayer? She was, she's beautiful.
Yes.
She was so beautiful.
I know who you're talking
She's a writer too. She wrote the Nick Cannon movie with Steve Harvey,
Yeah,
and she
I
wrote
know.
Babs.
Babs.
Anyway, Troy Bayer was beautiful, and we used to always go on like different auditions.
Oh, she was an actress.
She
to
was an
start
actress,
with?
but she was beautiful. I was never really beautiful. I don't
know
think so.
about that.
No, I don't know. So I thought, okay, I can act like a comedian and probably get an agent quicker. So I took an comedy class.
A stand-up?
A stand-up. Judy Carter.
Carter? Oh my God, I remember that.
And she thought I was this tough New York. She just like I was a teacher's pet from
She
day
encouraged
one.
you.
Because I was just like went in there. First of all,
Because
the
it's
class
something you
back
didn't really
then-
care about.
No, it was her. This is how she reeled you in. The first, come and see what it's about was at Igby's Comedy Club. And you're like, okay,
In
this
West
is nice.
LA?
In West LA.
On Pico?
Yeah. And then you sign up and pay. And then that bitch had it at her house, a little cottage in Santa Monica. And the room was a little bit bigger than this.
Right,
But she was good. She had a little pamphlet. She had a course.
You are really taking me back. Judy Carter.
Yes, and she made you, which I'm going to talk to you about this later, but she made you take your life and write about
Put it out there.
Yeah, so she made you stand up and just tell about yourself. And, from the moment I stood up, I felt like, okay, bitch, you have to be funny. And I felt like all these people are just where you're at. You have to, I always felt like, because again, I needed attention. I had to be the best and the
Right.
funniest. But even though inside I was
And
scared.
a little bit shocking.
Yeah, but inside I was just freaking
everybody is.
insecure as fuck.
Right.
But on the outside I was like, what, bitch?
Really
Excuse
tough.
me. Yeah, not at all.
No. Well,
I probably
don't you
can't
think
even
that's-
fight because I never had to.
Don't you think that's most performers?
Yes.
In most ways?
And troubled. And
It's rare if we meet. I get annoyed when I meet people who really didn't have any problems growing up.
I know.
a couple of actors that way.
You do?
I love them dearly, but they don't.
how can you?
They're like, but you know what's interesting? I say they're having stuff now. Like now they're dealing with stuff in their 40s.
Yeah.
I think it gets you, life gets you, you got to deal with shit eventually. In some ways, I'm glad I dealt with a lot of stuff younger.
Yeah, because it builds
prepared you.
and it builds character, and it makes you see, because of the thing that like you and I went through a really traumatic in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Traumatic thing that brings, post-traumatic stress
PTSD.
disorder, which I have.
Well, me
and,
too.
But it's okay because I understand it now.
Right.
People would tell me the things I have. It's like, okay, bitch, but how do I fix this shit? Or at least, so I did my own. I really had to do my own
journey and your own. You had to be your own advocate.
Yeah, because there was no, professional book or professional therapist that could take me through the beginning to the end. So I feel like I want to help people with that because I know it.
And let's tell everyone what we're talking about.
Well, my son was murdered.
When you were how old?
28.
Kim was 28, and she had an amazing Trevor, baby boy.
Yep.
And
he was murdered by a man that I was dating.
And he did the shaken baby syndrome.
And he also had fractures, so he had been hitting him.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it was sad and tragic, and
it kind of
changed everything.
And then I've talked about the fact that when I was 13 and my brother was 16, we were struck by lightning, and he died in front of me. And what I still think. I mean, I know losing a child is the worst thing because I saw what it did to my mom and dad.
Right.
So, I mean, and so you're that was 28, and now you're 57
in March.
Yeah, so like it's been a 30-year.
Yeah, I can't believe.
And you don't.
He's the same age right now. If he were born, he would be. If he were alive, he would be 28. And I was 28 when I had him, and he's going on 29, and I was 29 when he died.
Oh wow.
Because he was almost a year old.
Well, and the thing is, people, it's not, it doesn't leave you
ever.
You've learned.
It actually, I think, because that those first few years, you're in some kind of, I don't fucking know, like
shock.
Shock.
You're in shock.
Yeah. It doesn't, but again,
it makes you who you are.
Yeah, and it is who I am.
Right.
And it's just, it's so hard to put into words, but
I don't think anyone, if you've not lost a child, you're in a club, you're in a unique support club, like everyone's in their club.
Yeah.
But that one is one of the biggies. And,
but God's like, hey, but listen, I lost my son too. I always look at it like that.
That's true.
So God does know.
That's true. And then how many years later was Cameron born?
4.
4 years later, you were blessed with another baby boy.
Who I love so much.
Yeah.
I always tell him he saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone knows they can go back and listen to the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Last month. But he's a great comedian.
Yeah,
on his own.
He's just a great son.
Yeah. But so during all of that, you had been pursuing your acting and where were you in your career when that happened? Like, were you?
I was doing a play.
Okay.
And I remember the first. Well, I'm not going to get into all but I was doing a play, and I was also sporadically doing stand up.
So from Judy's,
I started doing stand up, and
Yeah.
then I met my son's father doing stand up.
Okay.
And then I got pregnant, and then I stopped stand up. But I was, after Trevor was born, then I got into a play, which a lot of stand ups were in. A lot of stand-ups. And it was a great play. And then after he died, I 2 years just, went back home. And
you had to
and then Cameron came. And then I remember when Cameron came, I started, when he was about 6 months, I started writing material again. And then I got back on stage full force. And then, I got into the Comedy Store.
Yeah, and that's when we met. I met you when Cameron was like
18 months.
Baby. Yeah.
Not even 2 yet.
And you were, that's right. So that's when you were sort of starting this next chapter.
Yes, and it went well. It was a nice ride. The fact is, though, is that inwardly I was not at all good.
Well,
at all. So,
listen, you were having to,
because it had only been 4 years,
right? And so my point to the listeners and anyone out there who's going through this, what we learn is we think we've got it, like we think that's under control or that's whatever, and then we don't allow ourselves to let it come up and deal with it when it comes up, and it starts sabotaging. We start sabotaging. I come from a child of an alcoholic.
Yes.
And alcoholic children, we can be the highest self-esteem on one hand, and then all it takes is like one criticism, and
Yep.
we're like, well, you're right. I guess I don't amount to anything. So,
Well, yeah, and my struggle has always been alcohol.
Right.
You know, when my son passed away, all I did is drink that first year, morning, noon, and
Self-medicating.
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I drink still now, and there's times when it's like, okay, Kim, I have to ask myself, what are you doing this for?
Mm-hmm.
And then I
Stop.
and it's not like it, never like it used to be, but still, I went to AA, did all of that. But here's the thing. I think I have to teach myself
Mm-hmm.
to step away. I've gone to rehab, I've done, and it's like you already know deep in your heart what you have to do.
Right.
If you don't do it, you already know what the consequences can be. That is, you know, so I kind of,
you're in control.
yeah, with
See,
everything.
now I get like, I'm going to say this now, and probably people get really angry. I mean, the recovery community gets really angry.
Okay.
I've never been an addict, and I'm not an alcoholic. But my mom was alcoholic. I've got nephew. Addiction is all
You're
over my
right.
family.
Mhm.
And my opinion is, I do think you can have genetic predisposition.
Agreed.
I'm not discounting that. You can have all kinds of things, but ultimately, here's my problem with the AA. They always start off, isn't it? I am powerless over.
Yes.
See, well, to me, when you say that right away, you've already given away any control or power.
Better
It's like,
preach, honey.
it's like, wait a minute.
And
Ultimately, I don't know of anybody who hasn't stopped because they ultimately stopped. They made the choice to stop. I always use the analogy. When you're sober and we're driving and the cops pull us over, don't we all pretty much act right?
Hello.
Did we make
Yeah.
a choice in that
Yeah.
moment to be like,
And you do that in a lot of different life circumstances. Like, you know when people lie, it's like, you know that
You're in
what's
control.
going on. Yeah. And you're making the decision to.
but AA and some of these groups, they
and you have to, every time, you go, hi, my name is Kim and I'm an alcoholic. Well, bitch, every day you tell yourself that, bitch, every day you're going to be alcoholic.
isn't that just a way of keeping you coming back?
God says there's life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Right.
So I choose to go, you know what? I'm going to have wine today because this is what I want, but this is how much I'm going to have. And after that, I'm going to say, bitch, no.
Right.
And that's what I do.
Now, see, I love that, but then there's going to be I'm going to
There's
call it the
sometimes-
diehard alcoholic.
Well, there's sometimes
that will say,
when I'll fight with a bitch and I'll be like, bitch, you said, and I'm like, bitch, well, I'm changing my mind. Well, bitch,
You have a fight within your mind.
But I'm learning as each maybe time that I do it goes on, is that you have to overcome this within yourself. And
maybe
so,
it's not overcome. Maybe it's just
it's just
you're
moderation.
controlling
Yeah.
it.
It's how you control it.
Yeah, yeah. Because, and listen, I've got some friends. I mean, AA saved their lives,
Right,
the,
and some
the
it does.
meetings are amazing for them, and I bow down to them. Whatever they're getting out of it is fantastic. But there seems to be this thing like people don't like it when I say addiction is a choice.
It is a choice. And
Cancer's not a choice.
No, and there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Right.
So AA works for some people,
Right.
and then for me, it didn't work, and rehab didn't work. And let me tell you, I went to one of I forget his name back in the day, but he was like known for his type of, and it was all bullshit.
Wasn't it
and
the guy
Whoopi
from
Goldberg?
Intervention?
He also had a show on, and Whoopi Goldberg knew him, and Sherry was working with Whoopi Goldberg, so I got in, didn't have to pay a
It's
cent.
the guy from Intervention.
Yeah, whatever.
the
Yeah,
A&E,
well,
remember? And then
yeah,
they did a series about it.
honey.
Because you and I connected.
We went. to
reconnected.
Let me tell you,
right after that.
and I went, and listen, nothing against him, but
it was a cult.
it was a cult, and it was bullshit, and he couldn't penetrate me. I remember we went to
Well,
lunch,
that's not-
but and
let's
all
not
all
get
I did is
personal.
get no, but I'm saying all I did, all
He was the one that couldn't?
all I did is like I had like these people, these two guys that were around me 24/7 and babysat me and gave me like Xanax. Bitch, yeah, I'm too calm to want to drink right
get
now.
Get off the alcohol,
and I'm
addicted to
staying at this
Xanax.
nice apartment with a pool, and I don't have to deal with anything, and everything's paid for. I'm on fucking vacation.
You were at a resort.
Yeah. And then, probably, right, after I got back a few months, it was like, okay, that shit didn't work. So, but what works is knowing who I am.
Right.
Knowing every day, getting more connected with myself and asking God to show me.
Right.
God, it's God's story. I'm here for his story. So it's like, okay, when it gets tough, I'm just like, Lord, I don't know what to do.
Right.
And I have completely surrendered because I'm in a place where I don't know what is going to happen to my future. And I'm 57 almost.
Well, but that's what faith is about.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
I mean, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual or whatever.
I'm not religious.
Yeah, because religion
religion
can cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, like I'm not T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Paula White, all of those,
Scientology.
Well, all of those, just give me all your money.
Yeah.
And I don't care how you slice it and dice it and whatever.
God wanted me to be rich.
Motherfucker, you don't need
a Bentley, 4 Bentleys.
Yeah, a complex, 4 Bentleys, and like all of it. Like, you just don't.
But like TJ, what's his name?
TD
But
Jakes.
he's fat.
I'm like,
You're gluttonous.
you're
Could
exactly.
you lose some weight?
And you should, and by this point, with your meganess, motherfucker, lose some weight.
Get your fat ass from the
yeah,
buffet.
because you know
So
what?
clearly
Me drinking and fornicating and you eating
gluttonous.
a fucking sloth of whatever.
Barbecue. Eating your sexuality. Why don't you come out of the closet
Thank
while
you.
you're at it?
That too. I'm just saying, we are all in the Bible. And Eddie Griffin, I love him. He said this. When you so the Bible was written by man,
infallible man,
inspired,
fallible man.
Inspired by God, right? This is a great example of, to me, who God is. He said, so Eddie Griffin said, I'm a comedian and I was inspired by Richard Pryor. But it don't mean I'm going to do everything Richard Pryor does, because I would be fucking sitting here on fire right now.
I'm not going to blow
I were right. So when Peter, Paul, and
Mary,
when everybody, when they had it was the book of Paul, not the book of God.
Right.
So if I wrote the book of my interpretation of when Jesus was real, it's going to be different from yours and yours and yours.
Right.
Because God is in all of us.
Right.
And we are all equal. And so which is the biggest thing that I hate, is the church's hypocrisy with homosexuality.
Oh,
and as if homosexuality, it's just Satan's ploy to get you distracted.
Right.
And, who cares?
I know.
That is so. It makes me horribly angry.
But the old thing is, truthfully, if you really took the Bible, if you go verse by verse, women should never be doing anything. Basically, walking behind the men, never having any rights. So it's a progress. But you got to remember this, like you said, this was thousands of years ago,
and it was,
and it's one book.
I mean,
there
could have been more, and we don't even know.
There's the Quran.
Yeah, of course.
There's the Torah.
Yeah.
There's Course in Miracle.
Yes.
There are all kinds of books.
Yes.
And so they're all valid.
And I don't have the right to tell you which one to read and believe, because a bitch is just trying herself to figure shit out.
Let's agree that Scientology should be.
Well, that's
not real.
No, that's not real. And come on, the guy is only 100 years old that wrote the damn thing.
Do you watch Leah Remini's
Yes,
show?
it's just that is. But you know what
That's a pyramid scheme.
It is, and that's the devil. That's the devil. And listen, he comes up with a lot of good shit.
Yeah,
that people follow.
Yeah,
it's true. So you pray. I pray, honey. I just go, Lord, please cover me and help me, because I really don't know what I'm doing and why I'm here. I don't.
Right, but that place of surrender at times is when.
But it's really scary.
Well, yeah,
because it's just for the first time in my life, I'm like, I don't know what to do.
But look at this. So you're in this place, and then this these warm-up jobs come?
They came while I was in this year of going, okay, when January comes, I have to figure out some stuff. And it is 2 jobs, and I'm thankful because, you know, it'll
lead to other stuff.
Yeah. And then it's like, Kim, what do you want to do? You know, and I love the comedy.
You're so good at it.
But I want to do my own show, like talk show.
Right.
Like I want to have, and because it's like, because here's the part that I don't want to do, Jasper, is freaking go to the Comedy Store, the laugh, like every night, like I used to do. That's not, it's not.
Well, you feel, because you've done that.
Yeah.
You feel like you've already done that.
I just want to talk, I just want to do my stand-up sitting at my, like at a desk. So I want to do, like, I want to have a talk show, like an open monologue,
yes,
and then a skit, and then a guest, but on the internet.
Well, you can do it right here.
I was like, I wanted to ask you to be like my Ed Sullivan.
We can do it right here.
Yeah. Where you're my, you know,
sidekick.
And then sometimes Cameron comes in and Aspen comes in, and then I'm going to have Sherry be one of my guests.
It would be great.
You know, but
do you
it's
remember
like
when Joan Rivers did the show in her bed?
Yeah, well, she did another one in a fake mock studio, which I watch all the time because I love it. Because listen, she did. There was no. I'm going to send you the link. She was young. I think this might have been before Edgar, and I love her.
Oh, she knows,
and she knew it was bullshit, but it was a job.
Right.
She was trying to,
She'd
you know.
take any
So
job.
she had a talk show then. It was way too long, and she had a studio, but they didn't laugh at any of her.
We're talking like way back.
Yes, but they didn't laugh at any of her shit. But she didn't care. But it built her because it was just awkward. But I said when I thought about my show, it's like, well, you're doing it to the internet, so you can either add laugh track,
right?
Because I write every day,
or just let it be real.
Yeah, I saw this and I said, I have to do a bit about this, and I wanted to talk to you about it. So I'm reading Scary Spice from the Spice Girls in one of the entertainment blogs.
Is that
the black one?
Mel B?
Yeah. She
and her ex-husband
had to professionally cleanse her vagina.
For who? Jesus?
I don't know. She put it in there and said that she had to.
What does that even mean?
I said, bitch, you couldn't get like Massengill vinegar and water and squirt that out,
like
bitch. What were you putting up your punani? Yeah, like I don't.
Well, have you heard about her? I mean, her ex and everything that she's going through.
He was beating her up and stuff.
Making her have like 5 ways and 4 ways and with the nanny.
And she, but you know what?
How do you professionally cleanse your vagina?
I don't know.
Why don't we start that company?
Well, you know, they say, because people who have a lot of money fall for bullshit. Because she's fucking, like, same with Gwyneth Paltrow. It's like they do
that bitch.
Stupid.
You know what? I don't need to hear her say one more fucking thing about going and spending $300 on some Brussels sprouts that make you fart. Fuck you, bitch. You've gotten one acting job. You fucked Harvey Weinstein to win an Oscar. I hate her. She's not even pretty. Fuck her. She's welcome here anytime.
Anytime. Yeah, but,
Goop, right? Goop.
I don't.
It's called Goop.
Is that
her
what it's
website? Called? She makes millions telling people what to go out and buy. It's like $500.
See,
for
I just
candles.
feel like if I start this talk show, that I will get, and because you just have to get an audience,
right? And
because God told me to do it, and He keeps saying, and I'm like, because here's me, God, and He doesn't go, Kim, I tell you, it's not like that. It's just like
it's an inner voice.
It's His, and He's like, you need to do the talk show, and I'm just like, and I'll go look for something else. Okay, how can I make money? How am I going to start generating money? And then I'll keep hearing, you need to do the talk show. So, and I have like all the format and everything, and like all my notes and everything, and it's not hard. And He's like, just do the talk show, because you've been saying for a year that you want to do your comedy, but you want to reach millions, but you don't want to go
in a new way.
Yeah, in a new way, because that is really definitely for my son's way,
right,
and his generation. And I know that I've evolved from that,
right,
but I had to figure out a way. And so my jokes can be my monologue.
Right. Yes.
Right? Because they're really funny shit. And I'm like, God, this is all like just staying with me. And God is like, you have to give your talents away.
Do you remember me asking if you knew Tony Tripoli? So Tony Tripoli was
Yes.
Joan Rivers' head writer for the last 5 years. He's gay. He's one of the funniest. Oh my God.
I bet.
He's been on my show a lot. He's my friend.
I would love to
and
meet him.
He was producer on Fashion Police, executive producer that Joan
Oh, yeah,
did
yeah,
with
yeah.
Melissa.
That she was fabulous in.
And he also was in her Joan Loves Melissa, the reality show.
Excuse me, but I still watch that. The
Well, then you
episode's
know
over.
Tony.
No,
Tony's the gay guy. The gay.
Yes!
That's Tony.
that show with the grandson who I
Yeah,
love.
Cooper.
Oh, Cooper is the best.
But I want you to meet Tony.
Oh, I want to.
Because I think he would be a good one to talk about the talk show with.
Okay.
And he sold his house and moved back to Phoenix, where he grew up after
Okay.
Fashion Police ended. And he's doing stand up. He travels. He does.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
well,
think-
I'm doing it like out of the clear blue. Like I got this credit card from my SAG-AFTRA. The guy was like, "Hey, we gave you a line of credit for $10,000," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, bitch." And it's just been sitting there because I'm like, I'm not. That's crazy, but it's good to know because
Right.
years ago I didn't even have good credit. So I've been, trying to get my shit together. It's still not at all. I'm very upset because I'm on the verge of not being able to pay my life insurance, and so I'm like, okay, Lord, just don't let
Don't
anything,
kill me now.
Yeah, because those bitches ain't gonna have shit until I get, So, but
this is all the kind of stuff you
but
want to
it's
talk about
on my show. It's just everything because listen, my kids. I went over my act with both of my because I was nervous because I was
Kim
doing
has
a lot of new
16-year-old
stuff. 16-year-old daughter and Cameron's 24. And separately, I just went over my act with them, and they both howled hysterically and were both like, "Oh my God, Mom, that new material is so funny. Oh my God, Mom, you got him." So I know that I'm funny and I make myself laugh. So, and you are by far one of the fucking funniest people I know.
Thank you, but it's a mutual
so God
admiration
was like,
club.
and have Jasper be there with you.
Well,
So I go to my therapist because I go once a week, and I'm telling him now this, and I know he's like, "Bitch, this is like 115 of the things that you're going to get ready to do in the
but he
last
keeps
8 months,
taking
but you
your
don't do
money every
shit."
week. Go ahead.
Well,
Whatever.
Medi-Cal pays for it.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks,
because I don't work.
California.
Yeah, hello. So
Thanks, taxpayers.
Yeah. Oh, I've been working since I was 13.
I know. Fuck
so
you,
fuck
everybody.
You. Yeah. So I tell him that because he knows about you, even though you probably will never meet him, and he goes, "You always." Why can't you ever do anything on your own? I go, because bitch, he's funny, and I need somebody funny, okay? And I sometimes call him bitch, and he doesn't mind. He's Mexican.
He's lucky to be here.
He's wonderful.
Yeah, you'll call Ice.
Yeah.
If he fucks.
I would love to have him on my show, but I don't know if he's willing to.
He can't cross that.
Yeah, I might have to fire him. Because
Now,
he always goes, because bitch, you're funny.
You're going to be on camera, right?
My talk show is on camera.
Yeah. Because if he weren't on camera, you could.
Yeah, I could do him from the background though.
Well, no,
like,
yeah,
he
could be
the
off
screen,
camera.
The screen. You know the screen they Listen, so who else inspired me was the Red Table Talk.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Because it's just a table with and it's like, okay, they're okay, but it's too intense.
But it's taken off.
It has.
Well,
and I like it.
Yeah.
But Jade is not a comedian,
No.
so it's working for her. But it's only a half hour,
Right.
And it's really 20-something minutes,
Right.
And that's
what
God
you're
was
gonna
like,
do.
you do Jada, but you're broke.
But you're funny.
You don't have the house and the lake
And you
and
don't
the
have
red
the fake
table.
marriage
Bitch, you
with
don't have
Will.
any of that. Yeah, you don't. But you have you and you have me. So we'll start. This is what he said, in your apartment.
That's right.
Because I have the equipment. Me and Cameron we have our production company. So we bought the equipment. I said, can we start doing stuff? We have a production company. We're just going to do the LLC. We're going to do it, not knowing what's going to happen. But when the shit hits the fan, we're ready.
Right.
So we have all the equipment. The mic, the boom, everything, honey.
Well,
so you and I just have to design the stage.
Yeah.
So you like how you're already in. And then you just come to my house and we film it. I don't want to do live. I want to do like Jada does.
Tape.
She tapes and then shows it.
Yeah.
Live.
Because we don't,
And then she has live segments, which is smart. She has live where during the week, because she only does it once a week, she does live 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Right.
And that's to build.
That's to get
yeah.
real. Where she's
And
on,
Sherry
she has
and-
her own channel, or she's on.
No, it's on Facebook.
It's all Facebook Live.
Yes.
It's Facebook Live.
It's Facebook Live, but she doesn't do the, I don't believe it's live because I always watch it. It comes on it's on Monday, every Monday. So
Okay.
it could be live.
She may
I don't
just
want to
post it.
She posts it every Monday, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't want to do live. I'd rather do tape it.
Yeah,
Because
you can-
remember, we're going to do a skit.
Right.
We're going to do, so I can showcase acting or whatever. And then we're going to have a guest and we're going to have topics at the beginning.
Well, it's like people always forget that you were a Vibe.
I was on Vibe and I was a writer and like a producer.
I remember
because,
coming over to
yeah.
CBS. There's another example where that just
Quincy Jones
Jobs just
hired
okay.
me. He goes, "You got hired because you made me laugh because I did the black guy." And then he made me do it on
my
TV.
God.
Remember with
Kim
that
did
was
a black-
Quincy's
Kim
favorite
had a black
character.
guy in her. She played a black. What was his name? Monroe?
Cat Daddy.
Cat Daddy.
Look here. Wait, hold up. No, wait a minute. No. I played Sinbad's uncle, and I did the review of movies.
That's right.
And I did the one with Sam with the snakes.
Snakes on the plane.
Yeah, snakes on the. I was like, that was some bullshit, and they would beep out that was some bullshit. Ain't no motherfucking black motherfucker gonna be by any motherfucking snakes. So that was bullshit right there. Before the credit even come up, I'm like, this some bullshit.
But see, this was a character you did in your stand-up.
In my stand, remember
Yeah.
Jasper when I said Ugly
my
Man?
God.
Look here. That one, and then Millie.
You know what? I had forgotten about him until you just brought
And then
that
the
up.
Asian lady, which I did before the girl.
Pick a color?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, you pick a
pick a
color
color.
right now. and your little boyfriend had no lot of money. You're not gonna have a lot of money. That's why you had no money. That's why you're broke.
And I don't care what the PC police say about that.
I don't care
Fuck
what they
them.
say about anything.
Yeah. Well, so Vi was great. Vi was great because it was like a.
And that's how I got in the Writers Guild.
It was like a Saturday Night Live.
It was.
sketch. Kim did sketch.
And I wrote.
And you wrote, and Sinbad
so
was the
much
host, and then
fun.
Chris Spencer
And
took
I
over.
love him. And he follows me. And
I
I'm
want to
like,
have Sinbad on
he'll
here.
come.
Can we have
Yes.
him here
Yes.
with
Yes,
us? Because
yeah.
I love him.
Or on our talk show.
Or on the talk show. I like how
He's wonderful.
Well, I like too because he's had ups and downs and keeps bouncing back.
He's so much fun.
He's so much fun.
And we worked so well together. He would just go, "You got any skits today?" And I would go, "Yeah." He'd go, "Okay, write them up. Well, let's do them." And I was the only female.
That's right.
So he just let me do whatever
Who's
I
that
wanted.
little tiny little thin black guy?
Sully.
Is he still?
Yeah, Sully does stand. Sully's funny.
He was
He
hilarious.
is still hilarious. You should have him on your show.
I would
too.
love to. See, now all of a
Love
sudden
him. I know.
I had forgotten about Vibe.
And Sully and I ran into each other and been meaning to have lunch because him and I like hung out like this.
You guys were great. Remember you
We
did
would-
the Judge Judy character?
Yes.
Wasn't
the
he
ju-
your bailiff?
Yes, he was my bailiff. No, Jeff
No,
Brown was my
no, that's
bailiff.
right, but-
he played, he did Sling Blade really well.
That's when Billy
Yeah.
Bob Thornton
Yes.
came out with that movie.
And no, he did Rain Man.
Rain
and, Sinbad did Sling
Oh, my
Blade.
God.
I think, did
Where
I write
can
that
people
skit?
see? By the way, is all
I
that
have
online?
some of them are, and I have some of the tapes. I just need to put them over. But a few of them are, like the dating game one is, and the Brady Bunch one is. That was
And that
so
was-
much fun.
that was,
what a fun. So yeah, my
Fox?
shows.
Wait, who did?
It was
God, I forgot.
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you did it at the
Yeah,
new,
we did it at CBS.
and you got your boob job.
Yes,
Then
from
I
that.
took you to the airport.
Yeah, remember?
You had a
Rodney
boyfriend.
a boyfriend came. Well, Rodney was supposed to come, and then his girlfriend. And I
that
sent
wasn't
him.
Eric Benet, was it?
No, it was some
He was a
whack
jazz-
fake Jamaican who really was
Oh,
from the
okay.
Bronx.
But I remember
But he
taking.
spoke like he was from Jamaica. He had an accent only when he was around people, and he had. But he was so cool.
That was your Dirty John story.
Well, listen, yeah, it was, and I needed to. I needed to smoke a lot of weed, and I was too afraid to bring it on the plane, so I had him bring it. So
Because in case he got arrested.
well, it was
whatever.
like whatever. I didn't know he had it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
But he got through with it, and we smoked all weekend.
Okay, the
while my
time is
boobs
up.
hurt. Oh, that was fast.
We haven't even see what I
It's
mean.
okay, yeah.
Okay, so now you know it's out there. Kim is going to be doing a talk show. She's going to be
Yes.
doing it online.
Stay tuned.
I'm going to be her sidekick. We're going to write and
Yes.
produce it together.
Yes, exactly.
And she's going to
That's
bring
it.
on all these amazing guests.
And people that we don't know, because I want to call it like everyday people.
Everyday people.
So,
Because they're the funniest.
yeah, so I want just anybody. And so I want, if somebody is watching from Utah and they want to do something, I want to FaceTime them in and showcase them.
Showcase
Because
them.
everybody is a star in my eyes.
Now, where can people can just contact you on Facebook right now, right?
Facebook and Instagram.
It's Tavares, Kim Tavares.
Yep.
Yes. I love you.
I love you.
This
and
is way too fast.
Yeah,
we
that's
need
okay.
like 3 hours, but we're going to do all this coming up.
Yeah, we have tons of more.
Tons of more.
yeah.
And Cameron is hilarious. And is Aspen going to be on the show?
Yeah. I'll
Don't we
ask
need a
her.
spokesmodel?
Yeah, we do. She's going to be on the show.
Is
I'll have
Aspen
her do
funny,
something.
by the way?
She is funny.
Oh,
She's really funny.
yeah.
She's-
Kim's daughter is stunning.
Because she wants to be just like me. So I'll be watching comedy because I study and, when I like to watch,
Right.
comedy a lot. And she'll walk in and she'll go, "Oh my God, Mom, she is not funny. Oh my God, Mom, you're so much funnier than her. Oh my God, Mom, no, turn her off. Oh my
Turn
God,
her
Mom,
off.
shut her up. Oh my God, bitch, no." She said, just between me and her, she's like, "Bitch, no."
I started following her on Instagram.
She's a dog.
Is that too weird?
No.
Is that too stalky?
No.
Am I
'cause-
too old to do that?
No.
Okay.
But listen, the ones that I block them.
You block
yeah.
them. So you have control over
Yeah.
that. Okay. All right, everyone. Listen, thank you so much for
Thank
listening. We will be in touch. You'll know what's happening next. Kim's going to be back. We're going to get Sinbad on here. No, we
Yes.
may save him for your show. So,
Yeah.
either way.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right, everyone. You've been listening to 101 with Jasper Cole. We love you. Peace out. Bye.
Thanks for checking out One-on-One with Jasper Cole. Check out past episodes and get the latest as they're released. Subscribe today on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube.